Yeah, good everyone. I am standing here on behalf of Potato Farmers Association of Nigeria. As the trainers team leader, Potato Farmers Association of Nigeria is one of the farmers group in Nigeria that by the grace of God recognize in posting the welfare of Nigerian farmers and potato farmers in particular. So I am here to talk on the case study of food cold chain from farm to fork. It's not working. Yeah? Okay, direct to you. Please, Linda, come. Yeah, as I were to be guided, yeah, what I want to let us know is, Sister Linda just make a remark that will prompt me to make this appeal. Yeah, potato farmers in Jos, where this Irish potato come from, have faced a lot of insecurity challenges. Like in Mango, sometimes ago, over 300 farmers were murdered in a day. So farmers are afraid to go to farm again. And when less farmers go to farm, less food will be on the table. We have a slogan in potato farmers that if you have eaten potato today, you thank God and thank potato farmers. Some of this shortage of food, if we fight to get a food secured nation, we must first get a human secured nation. We cannot secure food if human beings are not secured, because food cannot be produced by itself, but by we the farmers. Our life first before we can go to farm freely to produce the food we will eat. And thank God our stomach does not understand big grammars. It's practical. If we cannot go to farm, foods are not to be secured. On this note, please permit me, it's just appeal. For the fact that Sister Linda has made this, and I have clearly made you to know why Irish potato is, let me say, scarce. One of the contributing factors is that farmers don't go to farm again freely. Can you just, out of the minutes I have, help me and use 1 minute to give this 1 minute silence for the potato farmers in Jos and other parts of the country that have been murdered without a reasonable reason. Thank you all. May the souls of potato farmers in Jos, may the souls of all the Nigerian farmers that have been killing their farms, and the souls of all the faithful departed, through the mercy of God, may they rest in peace. Amen. Thank you very much. So, to continue with my case study, this case study says food cold chain from farm to fork. And I was asked to focus mainly on potato, which is my area. Can you work? No? Okay. Okay. So, we know that potato is of two types in Nigeria. We know we have sweet potato, we have Irish potato. The sweet potato, we call them root crops because they are produced by their vines. The Irish potato, we call them tuber crops because they are produced by the seed. That is the little tubers. So, in Nigeria as we have it today, we produce potato in large quantity. Yes, it's been produced in large quantity, as we know that there are some states that are known as potato states. But that is when you talk of Irish. The sweet potato can thrive very well in all the states of the nation. Though some states will produce more, but there is no state that sweet potato cannot thrive in. You can see by our data that sweet potato in Nigeria can be produced in large quantity. In the country, both sweet potato and Irish are producing the capacity of 5.3 million tons over an area of 2 million hectares. When you come to Nigeria, some people produce potato just for their consumption. Some produce it for other local frying chips by the roadside and the rest. But there are some who specialize to produce for industrial purposes. But the challenge we are having, because I'm not good at taking long in presentation, let me go straight to the food chain, core food chain we are talking about. We understand that from the north to here in Lagos, it takes a very far distance to transport potatoes to this place. And sometimes those factors contribute to the expensive nature of those potatoes when you go to those distances. So, and we have come to understanding that farmers' education is very important. If you listen to all these presentations since yesterday, the panels, everybody will point at. There is somebody that talked about rejection, 50% rejection, but when farmers were educated, they got 2% rejection. Is that plus? You will know that if you are not informed, you will be deformed. And that is what potato farmers have queued in for years, to train the farmers in good agricultural practices. And most of the times we go zone by zone at a particular time. Maybe 2 states per zone, to train them on everything they ever want to know about potato. You know, some people think when you talk about value chain development, you are talking about processing. It starts from the farm to the fork. And if you didn't get it right from the farm, getting it to the fork will be difficult. Because if you over-fertilize the potato or you add much chemical, we remember when Nigeria beans was rejected overseas because of much accumulation of chemicals. So if the farmers were taught the quantity of chemicals to apply at a particular area of land, such accumulation will not be recorded. But when the farmers are not well trained on what to do at a particular time, they will get it all wrong. And leading it from farm to fork will be issue. Then coming to core food chain. Everybody here will bear with me that right today, there is nothing like carrying potato. This is nothing, no grill. So, there is nothing like carrying potato from this coal van. Potatoes are sometimes, they even mix them with animal from the north coming to the south. Animal, they feed, the urine and everything will be on top. Before from Jos to Lagos, much quantity will be damaged. Even the consumers may be taking some contaminated food because all those animal urine, they pack them under, they pack animal up, they pack them up, they pack animal down. It's not safe to our health first. And the quantity that we get to the final destination also will be less than what we desire. So we are seeing it that if the way they carry all these animal products or other veggies like this strawberry and the rest, if potatoes can be conveyed in that manner in the distance to be transported, less wastage will be gotten and the nutritional value will be maintained. Because carrying potato or other agricultural products in that coal van, which will maintain the temperature, the respiration nature, and everything, the damages we talk about, post-harvest losses will be minimized. And the consumer taking it at the destination will be taking it exactly how it was from the point of production. But by our survey and investigation, as a Potato Farmers Association of Nigeria, such has not existed. Potato, the Irish in particular, is produced mainly in Jos Plateau states. In Jos, you can see Bokos, you can see Bikanladi and Mangu. That is the area you can, out of the 17 states, the areas where potato is produced in Jos is not up to 7. And when you come to other states like Taraba, you see Mabila in Taraba state, and you see in Cross River state is in Obud. We have found out also that in Edo state, in Akani-Gbede, in Edo state, part of Benue and Kaduna, you can produce it. But when you ask somebody now, where does Irish potato come from Nigeria, they will say Jos. When you try to let them know that even you in your own state can make a trial of it, they will say, no, we are told it doesn't grow in other places, it must be Jos. So, there are other states that you can produce them. And you produce them in the quantity and the manner it will last. You must learn good agricultural practices. So that on the process, you know, when there is too much fertilizer in a crop, on transit, money will get rotten. So farmers' education is a key in Potato Farmers Association of Nigeria. And we don't joke with it. Then we believe that if investors can come in to establish all these co-logistics to include our root and tuber crops, less waste age will be incurred by the farmers, because they see farmers as people who are born to suffer. If you dress well, like as I am I know. If I tell somebody I am a farmer, a bit they say, he's looking like farmer somehow. But that is not how farmers look. They believe a farmer must look richer. They must look bad. But we are the one feeding the nation. In other countries, farmers look good and they earn good money. Look at the amount they quote for a small-scale farmer in Nigeria. But we know what we call small-scale farmers. People that are farming less than 1 hectare, between 0.5 to so. But other countries, they are making it huge and they are living large. If it's obtainable in Nigeria, can the farmers die? The answer is no. If we look good, if we ride good cars, in Nigeria also as farmers, it's a plus and never a minus. This one, please, let's forget this slide and concentrate. So what I'm trying to let us know is that by our practice and everything, co-food storage, in the transportation, co-logistics has not existed. So we wish to also, we are open. Yeah. We are open to investors that will link up with our farmers to ensure that less damages are incurred and more good food are supplied to the final destination. Because if you're a farmer and you farm, and consumers did not consume. If you go to market, you see that budget tomato and other budgets, the prices are less. And the capital, maybe you have not sold to get your return, and you are having the budgets, you are ending up getting loss. But if we have a transportation mechanism where the potatoes will look fresh, the way it is from the farm to the final consumer, more money will be made by the farmers, and the consumers will consume it, and it will be a healthy food. So on this note, I want to tell us that we are open, and potato farmers have chapters all over the nation, that if you want to work with us to help us and establish some of these logistics means that our produce will look the way it is from the farmers to the final destination of the consumers, it will be appreciated. Thank you, and God bless.
Do we have any questions for her before she leaves the stage?
Good afternoon, all. Upstanding is Nkechi from Cross River State, Coordinator, Nigeria Association of Women in Agriculture. I'm not asking as a question. I just want to confirm to what he said, that I am one of the farmers that benefited from that program. They once come to Cross River State and train us. And then after some time, the national president sent one food truck of it to Federal Ministry of Agriculture. And when they invited people, farmers to come and get it, everybody were afraid. But because I have attended the training and I know how good it is, so I just took it for all my grassroots women farmers. We will all cultivated. And I'm here to tell this honorable house that we have been making well in Cross River State. Thank you very much.
I greet you all. I want to thank first of all, I want to thank the POFAN president for giving me an opportunity to represent my people in this organization, and even the organizers of this program. We thank you for all this. I'm Teresa Henry by name, from Plateau State, Mangu local government. I want to tell this organization that really we passed through a lot of challenges concerning farmers. Potato has been our source of income in that state. But because of these insurgencies, it has affected a lot of people. Women are now on the street now with youths into drugs addict as a result of these issues. They can no longer go to their farms. And potato does very well in these places that she mentioned here. And we know the cost of potato. Potato used to go between 30,000, 20,000, but now it's 150,000 during the planting season. Who can afford that? Nobody can afford it, except people that are politicians and, these big people that can afford it. And it becomes very difficult for farmers. Thank God for these organizers of these programs. With this, I believe that they will look into the plight of these farmers, that they can please help them in order to revive them again. It does very well. Even if it's a small portion, you will see the large things that they will harvest there. And I will say that me, myself, I have come into this project. And I am, with the help of this organization, I believe that they can give us a helping hand that will help us to move forward. Even I have secured a land, I have looked for a land that can be able to, if we can have the seed, that we can multiply it. If these organizations can help us with the seed, that we can multiply it and then share it in between these farmers. Since the time I came, many of them has been calling me when I shared this issue with them. They said that please, I should mention their plight onto these organizations, whether they can help them to see that they can get this seed and then come back to their farming sessions. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I want to thank us for our patience in today. It has been very awesome. Well, my name is Prince Shegun Adeyeye, the potato farmer chairman for Lagos State. I only want to encourage us. Potato is one of the easiest thing to plant for either women or men. And you can do potato farming two or three times in a year. The vine depends on the type of vine you get. If it's a very good vine, like sometimes ago, even under Otomoke here and Chief Okafor, we did some potato OFSP. We call it OFSP. That one is like a carrot. You can even eat it raw, like a carrot. But the problem we have with that is that that type of potato is maybe consumed maybe in Holland or those. If you plant it within a short period of time, you see the yield you get so awesome. But preservation is the problem. And I want to assure us that potato is one of the easiest thing to do. With little amount, with little expenditure, you make a lot of money on it. So I want to encourage you to also venture into potato farming. Please, God help us. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I happen to be a potato farmer. My name is Professor Emansu Mobong, and I practice integrative medicine. I want to call the attention of everybody in this that has attended this conference that although we have been talking about commercial access to for our products, that there's a situation in Nigeria we all need to be aware of. There is hunger in the land, because when you talk about 40% rate of inflation, it means that the majority of the population cannot even feed themselves. The first time this kind of thing had ever happened in Nigeria was when Nigeria implemented a World Bank program that was called adjustment. The same thing is happening again in Nigeria at this moment. And potato is one of those kind of crops that can save especially the vulnerable, the poor, the elderly, the children in our community from death. Because majority of people are dying, not from any other thing but hunger. And you know that hunger, when it is persistent, leads to all, in fact, it destroys the immune system, it makes the people to fall sick easily, and maybe the worries, the fact that nobody ever get adjusted to hunger, make them to die. There have been a lot of innovations I have seen on this platform, and I'm actually appealing to the leaders in technology and in funding to assist Potato Farmers Association. For Potato Farmers Association, together I was one of the people that worked with the president, established a 10-year development plan which has been partly adopted by Nigeria. The organization is well established and the structures are well established. The industrial sector, we cannot even enter into it because what we are producing is not enough for consumption. And all aspects of our activities, from planning to training to development of the cold chain, support of the cold chain, to establishment of processing centers, all need funds and resources. And we have the manpower that can run the organization. So please, we need the support of everybody, and potato should be a favored crop in Nigeria so that we can tackle hunger. We used to have cassava supporting it, but right now we know that we cannot multiply cassava as fast as we can multiply potato, because even in containers, we can plant potato. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you everyone for your contributions. I wish also to let us know that right now and yesterday, from time to date, potatoes are not exported in its raw form. It is exported in prepared frozen form. But with this food cold chain, it can be exported in the form it was produced. And I believe Nigeria foods are well recognized in abroad, that if sometimes our yam go through Ghana and other places so that it can scale through. So if we are able to use appropriate transportation means and storage means, we can export our goods, potato in particular, in the form it is produced, to the final destination where more money can be made. Thank you and God bless you.